Oh, hello everyone, it's Susie, Crypto Granny here. I hope you're all well, looking after yourself, being kind to your animals, being kind to all your beautiful putty cats, beautiful dogs, whatever you have, and just being nice to people in the world just to make it a better place. Now, the reason why I'm sitting here with a coat on and a beanie is because I'm actually in Amsterdam at the moment and I'm not used to the cold. It's the first time I've seen snow and it's been snowing here, so I've been really cold. It's been like -10. And the most where I live in Australia it gets down to is plus 10 actually. Even the lows are probably about +2. So that's why I'm sitting in a coat and a beanie because it's very, very cold here. But just want to bring something to your attention. Now the cryptocurrency market is 1.472 bill and Bitcoin dominance is 60.57%. Now I believe that market cap, it'll be well over about 3 trillion or 4 trillion by the time all these professional market players come into the cryptocurrency market. I am very, very bullish. I'm really happy about the price action this morning. After the weekend of selling, it came back very, very quickly for very specific cryptocurrency coins, which doesn't surprise me. And basically, it's just, a buy the dip. The dip was very shallow. The sell-off was very shallow. Most of the cryptocurrencies went back to their 200-day moving average technically, and then they bounced off those 200-day moving averages. Now, the market is being very specific about what it's buying in terms of alts. And as I said, the Bitcoin dominance of 60.56%, I believe that will go down to 55% very, very soon. And I do believe Ethereum will underperform other altcoins. Now, there's a good reason for that because Binance Smart Chain is directly now in competition with Ethereum. Okay, they're taking on ICOs. Basically, they can take on new clients and do it a lot cheaper than Ethereum and faster. So not only is Binance an exchange, one of the largest exchange in the world, has about 50 million clients compared to Coinbase, which has about 44 million clients. The Binance platform, even though it seems hickledy-pickledy, it's all over the place, has a lot more that you can do on that platform. Also, it has a lot more fiat, not a lot more fiat pairs, but also a lot more altcoins as well and spread pairs as well. The exchange of Binance, as I've said before, is a cash cow system. It's a cash cow corporation. If those guys go on to the US exchange with a share where they do their initial public offering on the US exchange, they'll be considered a tech stock and they'll be higher valuation than Coinbase, where they put the coins out at roughly about $277 for the retail, and obviously the private investor or the high net worth or even the professionals would get it around $200 or something. Now, Binance's valuation would be a lot higher, and I'll even go out on a limb and say, Binance, in my mind, could easily replace Ethereum. So Binance, with a value of about $135 in my mind, could go a lot higher, and it could go to the high double digits. Okay, so I'm on record for saying that I believe Binance coin, BNB, is an excellent coin to buy in terms of your investment portfolio. The Sharpe ratio, as far as I'm concerned, could be around 5. Lower volatility, and I think it will supersede Ethereum in many, many ways. Notwithstanding, Ethereum also has many, many more competitors. For example, every other platform out there that can do ICOs and can do smart contracts, and there are a lot of them. There's Tron, there's Waves, there's Ethereum Classic. ADA's going in there. ADA's going to have their multi-ledger currency system up and running by the end of the month. Okay, so ADA is doing a lot of things. Now, Charles Hoskinson, as I mentioned on my podcast, said that Ethereum was like an old geriatric, karate player or something sitting in a wheelchair, which I thought was a bit funny. But the thing is, what we're seeing with Ethereum's platform, because the fees are going through the roof, it makes DeFi not stable that's using Ethereum's platform. The cost of going to Uniswap or anything else is costing you about $200 a transaction, and those fees are going higher and higher because of the miners who are certainly cherry picking when the system gets very busy, the Ethereum system in terms of transactions, okay? Very, very busy indeed. And that is a problem for Ethereum. And if they don't go to proof of stake, they're in a lot of trouble. Now, when you read Ethereum's new papers and technical papers, it seems like they won't go to proof of stake fully until within 2 years, okay? And that's going to be a real problem for Ethereum with the miners, because Ethereum has the same miners as Bitcoin, 5 large miners from China. And in some ways, both those coins, even though they have thousands and thousands of nodes, Ethereum has about 9,000 nodes and Bitcoin has about 10,000 nodes. In some ways, you could consider they're centralized because the miners, the main 5 miners, operate 70% of the transactions that go through Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they need to validate them and get paid. And those fees are becoming astronomical, okay? Astronomical, and that's a fact. Now, if we look at Binance, for example, just on Twitter here, Binance retweeted that the Binance Smart Chain has generated 24 billion in terms of just February alone, which is incredible, 24 billion. And they're taking on other platforms. So, for example, Ethereum used to have Harvest Finance and Value DeFi. They've announced to go to Binance Smart Chain. And also it happened with Pancake Swap as well. So my view is that Ethereum can probably get to about 2,000, but then it is going to hit a wall. And if you do a rate of return on that, it's about 35%. Where other altcoins I have for the same period, their return is going to be 200 to 500%. So for me, holding Ethereum is not a great story at all. Now, you know, there's a tape here about Christine Lagarde saying that. Now let's just listen to Christine Lagarde, and she's the head of the European Central Bank and is very well known. She was the head of the International Monetary Fund. And she's also aware of Ripple XRP as well. And I think what she has to say today is very, very interesting.
Particularly Bitcoin. I think you once said that Bitcoin's funny business needed proper regulation. And this is a week in which we learned that Tesla holds a lot of Bitcoin and plans to accept payments in it. Is this sensible?
Well, first of all, I think it is not a currency. I'm very sorry to say. I know that some people argue that it has 2 attributes of the 3 that constitute a valid currency, but I think it doesn't. It might have 1, it certainly doesn't have 2. And it doesn't have the stability that would be required in order for it to be a currency. It is in our view and in our analysis of what it is today, it's a digital asset. It's a crypto asset. It's one that was established back in 2009 by libertarians and the hopeful of a completely decentralized universe that would be completely anonymous. I think it has in many ways been exploited in a funny way. Yes, I claim that characters. I can't resist. There's a question from a subscriber, Harry, and I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How likely are the world central banks to hold Bitcoin as part of their reserve currency? Very unlikely. I think I would say it's in many ways been exploited in a funny way. Yes, I claim that characters. I can't resist. There's a question from a subscriber, Harry, and I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How likely are the world central banks to hold Bitcoin as part of their reserve currency? Very unlikely. I think I would say it's out of the question, actually.
Out of the question.
Wow, that's really, really interesting, I have to say. Now, Christine Lagarde knows a lot about XRP, okay? She's very familiar with it, and it doesn't surprise me what she says about Bitcoin. Thank you very much, Digital Asset Investor, for this. She knows a lot about XRP. She knows that Bitcoin is not stable in the sense that you never know when something's going to settle. With XRP, you know it's going to settle. Bitcoin also, even though it's decentralized by nodes, it's not decentralized by all the miners. There's 5 large miners that control Bitcoin, okay? And that's really interesting, and that makes it not decentralized. Also, they can cherry pick mining fees, and mining fees are often very expensive. B, the currency of the world, or the transaction crypto of the world. In my mind, it will be XRP. There is no doubt about that, okay? And I think that is something to very much keep in mind. Now, if we look, there's a story out here today by Jack Simmons, and it talks about Ripple may have an early settlement with the SEC, I should say. The lawyer suspects near-term settlement, and that's going to be great for XRP. If that's the case, XRP should do very, very well, and we should see a lot of growth out of XRP in terms of its price. Now, if we look at all the money that's coming into cryptocurrency and all the new potential US corporations coming in, you can only say the market cap of cryptocurrency, as I said, is going to go from bull. There is no doubt about it, and I am absolutely bullish going forward to in buying proper assets in our investment portfolio that have negative correlation as well as positive correlation, that have great Sharpe ratios, that have low volatility and low drawdown risk. Now, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you should look at my Patreon. Become a member and you'll learn all these terms and what you need to know. We really focus on operational security as well. So, all my patrons should have different wallets. If you have a $100,000 portfolio and you only want to lose 10,000 of that portfolio, you need 10 different wallets. Now, there's a lot of different wallets out there, but I do say to people, buy SecuX wallet, W20 or W10. You get a discount if you use it from my link. I don't get any commission for that. But look, you really need to reduce your operational risk. It is paramount. We keep hearing about people losing their cryptocurrency because they have all their cryptocurrency on one wallet. Now, if we look at the other news, Morgan Stanley, who is huge, is considering coming in to the cryptocurrency market. Morgan Stanley has 150 billion in terms of their wealth management business, and that is growing. Now, I used to work for Citigroup and Morgan Stanley on the wealth management side, and there are some very, very large, high net worth clients and corporates that the wealth management side of Morgan Stanley look after. And if they allocate out of equity markets, which are extremely expensive, and go into cheaper crypto markets, that alone will put, say $500 million on the market cap of cryptocurrency. If we talk about Amazon, there's some talk that Amazon are employing people to set up a cryptocurrency project out of Mexico. Now, Amazon could receive cryptocurrency and even pay in cryptocurrency. There's talk of, Twitter doing the same thing. Twitter potentially receiving and paying with cryptocurrency, which is going to be huge. More and more corporations are getting into this, okay? There's even talk of Apple. There's some story out there that Apple, there's a rumor, whether you believe it or not, that Apple might be setting up a cryptocurrency exchange. They certainly need a new product, that's for sure. They had the Apple Wallet. Will that change and be a cryptocurrency wallet? This market is just bullish, bullish, bullish as far as I'm concerned. There's even talk of Uber accepting Bitcoin and maybe other cryptocurrencies like XRP. They really should be accepting XRP, seriously, because you can't wait to buy a coffee with Bitcoin or even pay for Uber, for example. But also BNY Mellon are huge. These guys have $41 trillion assets under management, and they've announced cryptocurrency services where they'll be buying and selling cryptocurrency and providing it for their clients. It's huge. Deutsche Bank also announced the same thing today. They want to do crypto custodian. It just goes on and on. Now we know Visa card is doing it as well. And again, there's a race to start a crypto banking type network, and it doesn't surprise me. All these organizations have a lot of cash and they're all looking for growth, and the cryptocurrency market is the place to get growth and return. We also know that MasterCard is coming in there as well, and they want to increase their network. And look, honestly, this market can only go up. Seriously, it can only go up. Anyone that is selling this market honestly needs their head wrapped, because I'm ultra bullish this market. When we look at the assets we have in some in our portfolio, some were down this morning. For example, I have VeChain obviously in the portfolio, AVAX, many others. We have Graph in the portfolio. We have Binance in the investment portfolio. But even in our trading portfolio, we put trades on also religiously nearly every day as well. And look, if you become a Patreon client, you'll see all that. You get technicals on a daily basis, podcasts which are different to the YouTube podcasts, and also you get reviews and all sorts of things, okay? And it's very good value. Plus you get free courses, and those courses will teach you a lot about cryptocurrency. All right, guys and girls, that's enough of me today. Two touch points today with the media. I hope you're all well, and I'll talk to you very soon. But I'm ultra bullish crypto grandma, and thank you very much for listening. Thank you.